Hey everybody, this is A Few Beers and a Shot. I'm Kyle.
I'm Juan.
And just a quick disclaimer for everybody, we are not trained professionals in any of the topics we're going to talk about.
No, we're not.
So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yay. First podcast.
Yeah.
So, the theme of the show is A Few Beers and a Shot.
Yep.
And tonight we are drinking what, Kyle?
We are drinking Revolution Brewing Sun Crusher Summer Ale, a juicy and refreshing with radiant citrus notes.
My mouth is watering.
So
let's
let's,
pop that open.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, bud.
Let's see.
All right, let's try this out.
It's actually not that bad.
No, it's pretty good. It's got the hops.
And
It's got that,
juicy and refreshing.
yeah.
So?
Yeah. It's all true. All that 5.3%.
Hey man, it's one that you could crush during the summer.
Oh, I could crush a bunch of these probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what you want to talk about today?
Nothing. I think we should just give the listeners a little bit of what we're about.
Okay.
Kind of shoot the crap, if you will.
Shoot the crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna get into the naughty words. So.
All right. So how about we start with you?
Ooh,
What's your name?
my name is Juan.
Okay, Juan.
Like the number.
Number Juan?
Yeah. See, you say that, and some people might think I'm Asian now.
I don't know about that.
Juan.
Juan?
Juan. Well, if you say it like that.
Yeah, I know.
So, what about you, Kyle? What about you?
My name is Kyle. And yeah, man, this is our very first episode.
Yes, sir. So, I was gonna ask you,
Uh-huh.
where does the name Kyle come from? Just kidding. I'm just being an idiot now.
It's actually Irish.
Irish?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I think it means like friendship or caring or something along those lines.
Oh,
Yeah. I did find out, though, that there is a festival in Kyle, Texas, and it is called Kyle Fest,
really?
where they were asking for like as many Kyles from across the world and to come to there to Kyle, Texas for Kyle Fest.
That is awesome.
I didn't
You
know
wanted
about
to go.
that.
You
Nah,
wanted to go.
I would never go. There's too many
You
Kyles.
wanted to.
No, because if you said Kyle, everybody would turn around and be like, what? You know?
So there is my name is probably one of the most common Mexican names in the world,
Uh-huh.
or Mexico at least.
Yeah.
But there's 1, 2, 3, maybe like 5, maybe possibly 6 Juans where I work. And one time there was 3 of us at the same time in the same spot. And somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Juan will do it," and we're all like, "What? Which one?" We're like, "Which Juan?"
Which one will do it?
Yeah, which Juan will do it?
That one.
That one? Which one?
That one.
It felt like that Spider-Man picture where they're pointing
They're all
at
pointing
each other. That's how we looked at each other. So
Who is it? One is it?
yeah,
Which
It was
one
a-
is it?
which one? Yeah, it's funny when you get into those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, we can talk about the beer. We can talk about ourselves.
Yeah. I'm actually liking this beer. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like Revolution Brewing. They have a pretty cool restaurant on the north side.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we should, state that we are from Chicago.
Yes, we are. Well, and also that as the episodes progress, we will be trying different beers, starting mainly with the locals probably. Give them a shout, like right now, Revolution.
Yep.
But, we will get into German beers, maybe Argentinian beers, whatever is out there. We'll
Yeah.
try it out.
What is the one? The Argentinian Quilmes?
Quilmes?
Quilmes, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Quilmes.
Yeah, I've tried it once. A buddy of mine actually went to Argentina and brought a bottle back. I was
Oh,
like,
nice. I went to the Argentinian restaurant and had it there. It was really good.
Yeah, Argentinian food is pretty good too. Like today, I went to Station 1. Never been there. I liked it.
You've never been there?
I had never
Oh,
been
dude,
there.
I love Station 1.
Yeah.
Go there for like Taco Tuesday. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah?
good stuff there, yeah.
So I ordered my brisket sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Do you want any other meats?" And I was like, "Pastrami." I was like, "Throw some pastrami on there." I was like, "No." They threw like a huge slab of pastrami on the side. I was like, "Ooh, I was not expecting that."
Yeah. It's
So-
like by the half pound, too.
Yeah. And then the fried Brussels.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I usually just get like pulled pork, the hot link, and some ribs, and I'm set.
Yeah, I had to. I was recommended to try the cornbread.
Yeah,
So
but it's crazy how like expensive barbecue is. Like,
it is. It is.
and now that you know what brisket is,
Yeah.
since you
Screw you, man. I'm not worldly educated.
you don't have to be that worldly educated to know that brisket's beef.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I know a couple other people who thought it was pork,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
Hey, man.
Gotta love Google.
Yeah. Google. That's the only reason I was able to make it through college. Thank you, Google, Wikipedia, and YouTube.
Man, you gave all those shout outs right now.
Yeah. Why not? They deserve it. I feel like they should have put that at the bottom of my diploma, like, brought to you by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. So,
Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to talk. I want to keep drinking this.
yeah, it's pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about ourselves now.
Okay.
Like, we don't want to get too personal, but
We could talk about how we met.
yeah. So we've known each other since like third grade.
Yep.
Miss Cole's class.
Well, we'll say second grade, even though you didn't really talk that
Yeah.
much.
That much at all.
Exactly.
I came to the U.S. not knowing a lick of English, other than okay. Si, senor.
Yeah, dude, and I'd say from third grade on, we became friends, and here we are 30-something odd years later.
Well, if you think about it, we were 7, so it's been 30 years for me. Should be 30 for you.
Yeah, it would be the same. It's not like just because I'm a year older doesn't change the...
Hey, man, don't mess with the math of the universe.
You know, I could talk to my one buddy about math, you know.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. But you do know my one buddy, right?
Yeah, I know that one buddy. You know my friend, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know all your friends.
No, that one friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were more specific, like with a name, I'd know exactly which one you were talking about. But
It's too early to do that.
yeah, it is.
Let's get him on board first, then we can start throwing jokes.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. Once we get him on board, it'll be smooth sailing.
So what else you want to talk about yourself there, Juan?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of topics out there we can touch. You
Yeah.
know, we can always talk about family, friends. You got 2 sisters.
Well, let's not get into all that stuff right now.
Why not?
Because if we're going to start talking about my sisters, then we have to talk about embarrassing stories.
Well, I'm not gonna get there. I'm just gonna talk about you have 2 sisters. I have 4 brothers, just so they know we're the babies of each of our families.
Yes,
So,
we are.
According to my wife, we're pampered. The babies of the family are usually the pampered ones.
Yeah, that's true. I was.
I was too.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it at first, but the youngest of my brothers after me, he hated me growing up.
Yeah.
There was a lot of resentment because I took the throne. I was his Joffrey.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I want a toy. I was that kid.
Yeah, my oldest sister didn't like me until she saw me from the hospital.
Yeah.
As soon as the day I was born and I came home, that's when she's like, okay, yeah, no, he's cool.
Also, when you were in the belly, she was like, nah.
Yeah, she didn't like me in the belly, but as soon as I came out, it was the greatest.
That's Rosemary's baby.
And then we became best friends, and I mean, you know all the antics that we got into.
Of course. Yeah.
She helped us out with a lot of underage drinking.
I wouldn't say that, but yes.
Why? It's way past. It's way past it, dude.
Yeah.
I think we're good. We could talk about that now.
Okay. Yeah. No, we had some really good times with them parties.
Yes.
And I remember my first actual concert was with when we went with them to Jamboree. Like, was it 98?
Oh yeah, dude.
That was a good time, man.
Dude, I remember you and Phil left me when I was waiting for Goldfinger to be on, and I got up on stage, and I was actually in the DVD like extras on their on their CDs because they had like 3 CDs that they came out with, and if you put them in a computer, they had videos on them.
Right.
And the one video was that Jamboree, and I was on it. And then I remember getting, I got the dude from the lead singer of Everclear, Bloodhound Gang, and the guys from Goldfinger. I got all their autographs on my ticket. And because I got up on stage when they were singing Mabel. Yeah. And you guys friggin' left me there because you didn't want to wait 10 more minutes.
Yeah, I wasn't very patient back then. I am now. I mean, I have to be.
Yeah, because then I think, who else was there? Orgy was there.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Mighty Boston was there.
Yep.
There was a lot. It was a really good concert.
See, that's when those like Jamboree always had really good shows.
Yeah, it's like it was the Lollapalooza of our time, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it was just everybody who was big on Q101 at the time would always just go there. But, I mean, it would be an all-day event, kind of like Warped Tour.
Yeah, I miss the old Q101. That was before like smartphones and YouTube.
Yeah,
where you could turn. I was like, I want to listen to alternative music, and it would just be, like alternative rock.
Oh yeah, I can't even remember the last time I actually listened to FM radio.
I listen to it every now and then, but it's, it's not here nor there. I'd rather just tune into Pandora or Spotify or YouTube. No.
Yeah. I don't know, but I tried listening, just flipping through regular channels, and I'm like, what is this? I don't remember any of this stuff. I only listen to, like, AM. I'll listen to just sports.
Yeah.
If I'm not on, streaming anything.
Yeah. I'm not really, I can't sit and watch sports that much. Like, I'll, like, when they get to quarterfinals or finals, of whatever sport, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll watch it, because everybody's into it.
Yeah.
But, like, sit and watch, like, a whole season of, the Bears. No.
Oh, I could do that, dude. Yeah.
I can't.
I love it, though. Well, that's the difference between us, though. Like, I'm more of a sports guy.
Yeah. I've always just rather play the sport than
me too.
Watch it.
Yeah, but now, it's going to hurt a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Now it's like you drink too many and you wake up, oh, my back.
No, you take a really good hit from somebody like 10 years younger than you. Yeah, it won't feel the same, dude.
No, for sure. That's what happens as time passes.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Just like when I was doing jiu-jitsu, man, we would have, just a 1 hour class, and I'd be good until I got home. And as soon as I stopped moving, I wasn't moving again, man. I felt like I got ran over by a car.
Yeah, all your
and then 2 days later, I'd be able to walk again. Yeah,
all your muscles felt it like aftershock.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'd feel good and like, oh, nice and loose, and then get home and I'm not moving anymore, and I stiff up like a board, man.
Oh, I bet. I remember. I mean, I haven't worked out in a while. I'm not gonna say how long, but I used to run a lot, and I felt great. Limber. Like, younger than I actually am, but I stopped, and now it's like I get winded so fast. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I gotta say though, I feel like I'm in better shape now than I was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I feel better now than I did 10 years ago. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's all that beer talking, man.
No, I lift more and I just feel better. Oh, so I was thinking about it the other day.
Okay,
I was talking with who was I talking with? I was talking with somebody.
Your buddy?
I think it was Dan. I think I was talking with Dan. What was the stuff the martial arts that you and Phil did?
That would be Taekwondo.
No, but that like, didn't you guys have like that special like class that you guys would go to, or that one that Phil went to?
Oh, the demo team. That's a demonstration team. But
I thought he like had some other thing. Didn't he have some other like ninja thing or something like that? Or he was talking about it. I just remember he did something that was different.
That's awesome. Didn't he do some other ninja thing?
I thought he did. I thought he was talking about something that they would do.
I mean, he might have. I know, like, he was on the demo team, which was a demonstration team, and they had like special gis. They were blue. Yeah. Everybody else was like, we got the white, just standard gi. And we were just like sheep. Everybody was in white. But yeah, no, I mean, he might have. I don't.
Oh, I thought you guys were in something different. That was like a special class or something.
No.
I don't know. I just remember you guys talking about it one time, and I'm like, oh, Taekwondo is all about like kicks. So
Yeah, it's kicks, flexibility, discipline, that sort of stuff. What I did do was when I was going to Taekwondo, I was going up through the ranks. I never made it to black belt, but while I was going up through the ranks, I was good at what I was doing. So, and I was like 12, 13. One of the teachers was like, "Hey, you want a job?" And I was like, "Sure." What do you want me to do? He's like, "Oh, just vacuum the carpet, little things. Warm up the class." And I had to warm up. Miss Simonitis was in one of the classes. You remember?
Oh
Miss
yeah, I remember,
Simonitis?
yeah. She would give me detentions all the time
Yeah.
for no reason too. She'd just be like, "Oh, today's Tuesday. You have a detention,"
Yeah.
and then I'd have to forge my dad's signature showing that it was sent home.
Yeah.
And I would wake him up, like, because he was working nights.
Mm.
So I'd wake him up when he was still all groggy. I'd be like, "Oh, sign this for me real quick." "What is it?" "Oh, it's just I just need this for class." He's
I
like,
got
okay.
an A+. I need you to.
Yeah.
I need your authenticity.
Yeah. I'd wake him up at like 6:30 in the morning. He's like, "I'm just sleeping. What do you need?" "Oh, just do this real quick."
Yeah.
And then I would just copy it myself. Why do you need me to sign a blank sheet of paper? "Oh, no reason."
No reason. Just need you to do it. Kind of like you remember that old movie Blank Check where the
Yes.
dude ran over the kid's bike.
Yep.
And, so you ran over my bike. Here's a check, kid. Go buy yourself a new one.
Yep.
And he like made a check out for like $1 million.
Oh yeah.
That was a funny movie.
That was when those original movies came around.
Oh, yeah.
Not just remaking everything like they're doing now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, some remakes are decent. Not everything's horrible, but yeah, mostly is like taken from older stuff.
Yep.
And who knows? Some of that stuff might be, a copy of something else. It wasn't that popular because now you got, social media. Everything's connected.
Oh, I know, dude. I was thinking about it, like how life was before all
True.
this stuff. Before, even before, like, when MySpace, before that.
Yeah. Do you think you could ever go back to those times?
I would love to.
Do you think you could live without your phone?
I could. It would be hard for maybe like 2-3 days, and then I would just get used to it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because it would be different. Like, I don't know. I guess it would be different to go away from a smartphone, because you'd still need a phone to like talk to people.
Well,
like,
we're talking like landlines.
Yeah, but I'm talking about but going back to talking to people.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still I'll text and I'll message, but I'd rather just have a talk with somebody. Like if somebody's gonna like talk to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it's gonna be a long going conversation,
Oh yeah.
then I just call me or I'll call.
Oh yeah.
you.
That's why I'll shoot you a text like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then we just meet up and we just talk.
Yep.
But then there's some people that I can only text. Like
True.
there's people that I can't talk to because I'll sit there and I'll be like, "All right, I forgot. I'll just shoot you a text."
Yeah. No, there's people that I'll see the text and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't care.
Yeah. Or you don't want to talk or text them, and you're just like,
It's like received.
Yeah. Nope.
Seen.
No,
That's
you
it.
hold it so that it pops up, but it doesn't show that you looked at it.
Well, I got the thing on my phone where you could just like swipe down
Yeah.
and it'll show the message and you just, like
Yeah.
you could choose to ignore it or not.
But no, I could definitely go back to that when
Those
you
are
have to
times.
call people to talk to them,
Well,
or
not
like
only that,
the days of AIM.
AIM.
Yeah. Well, it's the messenger.
Oh yeah. That boo-doo-doo-brrr.
Yep, the dial up.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know if I could go back to such slow internet because it's still internet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. No, but remember that was like our way of like text messages.
True.
Was AIM.
Yep.
And it was a fun time.
Yeah, I remember that. Get off the line. I'm trying to make a phone call.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you were one of the cool kids, your family had 2 phone lines.
Yes, we had 2 lines at the house.
Yeah, we just had the one.
It was weird though, because then actually my sisters had that line because they paid for it.
Yeah.
But we would use it in case like if I was doing homework or needed to look up something,
Mm-hmm.
then they had that line to talk on.
Yeah. No, those were definitely good times. I remember kids were definitely more
dude,
active.
Like
we would go
the
out.
summertime.
Yeah,
We were outside.
every day.
We'd be outside for however many hours, come in, play some video games, and then go back out.
Yeah.
You know, the daytime was for riding our bikes and playing sports.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime it was Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil.
How about you, Snake?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. That was I remember those times. Resident Evil. I'm still a huge Resident Evil fan.
Oh, dude, when you would have to buy the video game, but there'd be like 9 discs for each. Like the game was that big that they had to put it on discs.
Well, I remember the longest. Well, it probably wasn't the longest game I've ever played, but it was a game that had 4 discs, and this was back on the PS1. It was Final Fantasy VIII. I loved that game. And it was 4 discs.
Yep.
And it was like, you gotta go to disc 2 now.
There was a Star Wars game that was like that too.
Was it like
I think it was Star Wars Rebel Assault. I think that one was like 4 discs long.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because then there was one like you had, you know, it was like the beginning, but then there was one that was like you were just the flying missions. You had to put in a disc just for that.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely those were.
And if you get one scratch in it, you're like, well, never mind. You had to turn the PlayStation upside down.
Oh yeah. The old hacks.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to be able to pull that stuff with like even the NES, where you had to like blow on the cartridge and then put it in like not halfway, but you were like 9/10 of the way, and you had to like smack it in, and it would work.
Or you put Q-tips around it too to clean off the little part.
Yeah.
And you put it in real fast. And you're like,
yep. The good old days.
oh yeah, man.
I actually have one of the original old NES. It's like missing cables, and I don't think I have any games for it. It's back in at our house in Mexico, but we have that one. And then I bought the little mini NES when it came out.
You know, I forgot the name of the company, but there's one that you could buy. It'll have all the NES, Super Nintendo, and 64 all built in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can have it look like either the original one, a Super Nintendo, a GameCube. Like you can do all the different ones. You can get all the Sega games too.
Yeah, well, it's got all the, like you could just download the ROMs for it.
Well, it's all in there.
Yeah.
Like you choose which platforms you want, and it's all in there, and it's every game.
Oh, it's probably just an like a console with like every emulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I should say this, but I jailbroke the NES, so I have all the NES games on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it came with 30, and I was like, no, that's not it.
Dude, I remember showing the boys some of the old video games that we would play.
Yeah.
And they just looked at me like,
you used to play that?
These were good graphics? I'm like, dude, when this came out, this was insane graphics.
Oh yeah. Dude, I could still play like Mario 3.
Yep.
And enjoy it.
Yeah.
With the little feather and the raccoon tail for some reason. I don't know why Mario.
Oh dude, that was my favorite one. When they would turn into the animals. Oh dude. When he would have the frog suit on.
Yeah, that was Mario 3.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
I was so happy that they put that in the movie too.
Oh yeah, that was a good get right there. Yeah, that was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. It was weird because at some points, like I watched it in Spanish and then I watched it in English, but when I watched it in English, I was listening, you know, because it's Chris Pratt. Yeah, you could tell Anya Taylor-Joy, she's Peach. Her voice is her voice, but Chris Pratt went from like Italian to like being Chris Pratt, and I was like, what is going on with him? Sometimes he would go like full blown Mamma Mia, and then it was like I'm Star-Lord.
So how much different was it in Spanish?
Not that much.
No,
I mean, it didn't have that like switcheroo between English or between Pratt and Italian Pratt.
So he's like, oh.
Yeah. No, they only did like the classic ones where they did like the commercial and it's like, the Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. And the Yahoo, you know, like the classic stuff Mario.
Well, you know, the guy who did the original voice has a cameo in the movie.
Does he?
He's the guy playing the video game in the pizza shop.
Okay.
And he turns around and he like goes. He even says like Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Like he's the guy who did the original voice
for Mario. We're talking like Mario 64 probably. That's when Mario started talking.
Like whatever the first time he ever talked, that was the guy who did it.
Yeah.
And they gave him a cameo for it.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I did like how it was like you were still like, it made you feel like you're watching the game.
Yeah. That was, yeah, because like, did you see Sonic?
Yeah.
So they had Sonic and it was it James Marsden?
Mm-hmm.
And it was entertaining, but it's like, it felt a little like Space Jammy.
Yeah.
And then you see this is like all cartoon.
Yeah.
And, well, 3D cartoons, whatever you want to call it. And it was cool. Like, it wasn't like a mix and it didn't look weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Having Sonic as a movie where they come into, I guess, our reality
Yeah.
is a little weird.
I was watching the trailer for Barbie. I wasn't really paying attention to it too much. The Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Well, I saw the trailer. I didn't see the movie because it's not out yet. And I don't think I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I might.
Colleen wants to see it.
Yeah, Talia will want to see it. But I saw it and it was like a thing like where Barbie's like coming into our universe. And I was like, oh, they're doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Like, I feel like you should keep, if it's a game where it's not an interaction between characters, you should just leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Mario was as good as it was, because it was keeping real to what it was. It stayed the path of like keeping it a cartoon, but also with throwing in the game, like doing all the different levels and all the other kind of stuff.
They were able to incorporate Mario Kart and even the theme song, like Peaches, and then he goes to
exactly.
And he's like, what was it? Pain's a great teacher. Can I take my hands out? Oh no.
Yep. But like that like, go back to the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That movie was terrible.
Oh, you're talking about the one with Leguizamo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Goombas were like these huge jack dudes with little heads, like the Beetlejuice head.
Yes.
That was fun. Oh, they're doing I heard Beetlejuice too.
Yes, and what's that girl's name? The one that plays Wednesday.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She's the daughter of
Winona
Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. And then I think they said Johnny Depp was probably going to be in it too. And
but see that, all right, so that's another movie. Like when we were talking about sequels,
yeah,
how long
has it been?
They waited to do a sequel.
Yeah,
like dude, that has to be what, close to 30 years, right?
Close, if not more.
Yeah, because I mean, we were little kids when Beetlejuice came out.
Yeah, that was actually a scary movie when we were.
Yeah, I don't remember how old we actually were, but I remember we were young, and like, dude, that is like way too long for a sequel.
Yeah, well, it's like, okay, so speaking of Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, he's coming back in the Flash movies.
Yeah,
but it's not a sequel. Like they just incorporated that.
Well,
universe.
It's his universe, which makes sense. But when you're going back from a movie from the late 80s, early 90s, to now making a sequel,
Dumb and Dumber, man.
Yeah.
Super Troopers 2.
Well, Dumb and Dumber had that really bad sequel with the other guys.
Oh, with the Hayden Christensen or no, not Hayden Christensen. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
one of the Olsen.
I couldn't even watch that movie.
Guys, yeah. Yeah, I saw it and it was cringy. It was not the best. It had like every movie, it has like parts that will make you laugh and giggle, but overall the story is like,
Well, I felt like those guys tried. The only little bits I saw, those two guys tried too hard to be like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And
well, even if you see the Dumb and Dumber, the extended version, there's some moments that you're like, I'm glad they left that out. Like when they're in the hot tub and Jim Carrey's like, yeah, Harry, if you had knockers, I'd do you. And I was like, what?
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, it turned, and even Harry's like, what? He's like, yeah, you wouldn't get away from me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have watched that part for sure.
No, it's a good thing they took that out. But yeah, sequels, if they don't pop them off like a year or two later,
no, I'd even go 3. I think 3 is like the.
Well, I mean, are we talking nowadays or back in the day? Because back in the days, movies took like 5 years to make.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking about like if you had a movie that you knew the success, like they made Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And as soon as it came out, it was good, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you start seeing what the value of that movie is and how much money you're making off of it,
working on the sequel.
Why wouldn't you work on a sequel right away?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they had other projects that they wanted to do.
Yeah, that was when Jim Carrey was popping like 3 movies a year.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you could have been like, hey, let's, knock out another sequel. Like,
True.
Super Troopers was more of like a cult classic,
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think if they would have done what they did to raise that money back then,
Yeah.
I think they still would have been able to do it.
Yeah, and I don't get why they had to do that. Like, really, Super Troopers 1 should have made enough money to, grant a sequel.
And I feel like because it was the B was Fox Searchlight, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they would have taken it on no matter what, even if they didn't raise the money.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Troopers, Club Dread, and all those other ones made really good money.
Yeah. Well, like, what was first? Club Dread came before Super Troopers, right? So
No.
No?
No.
Well, I don't. Yeah, then why wouldn't you follow up with a Super Troopers 2 right after Super? Well, they didn't have the story, for one.
Yeah, but I didn't really like the story in Super Troopers 2.
Yeah,
like,
those were like a corrupt governor or something like
yeah,
that.
but Vermont annexed a part of Canada.
Yeah.
And then they had to go up to the Canadian part and try to...
They were Mounties.
Yeah. And Rob Lowe was Rob Lowe and the chick from Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Yeah,
She was she was a undercover Canadian agent.
Yeah.
And the governor was like dealing drugs or whatever, and all the Mounties were like, "What's going on?
What are you talking about?" Yeah. What was it? Happiness in the household?
Yes.
Happiness in the household.
The key to life is happiness in your asshole.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like you couldn't think of that. What was it 15 years before, so you could have popped out a sequel?
Oh, I know.
That was one of the only funny lines. Kind of like...
Well, no, I think that they could have done a whole sequel just with them as the Spurbury police.
Oh, yeah.
And getting into crazy antics of being regular police instead of state police.
Yeah. I mean, you would have had to had some sort of villain, but it could have been like, well, now the state police are the bad guys, and, they're trying to bring them back.
No, they didn't even need to have the police be the bad guys. They could have just had a group of bad people move into Spurbury.
Yeah.
And then they had to... take care of that while also doing their silly antics.
Yeah.
That can't be done today because people are soft. But, that's a topic for another day.
Oh, yes. Yes, we can't get into those.
I don't want to bring in I don't
You don't want to start hot?
Yeah, no.
You don't want to bring on the heat just yet?
Nope. No. That's a way too personal of a subject.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't know what we were talking about a few minutes ago, but I was gonna be like, like Super Mario, like great movie. Most people loved it except for those certain groups because they're like, I don't feel included. And I was like, do you have to be included in everything? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't you keep things the way they're supposed to be?
Yeah, you already get a lot.
Yeah.
It's.
But and here's the thing: it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not a movie. It wasn't a movie with,
Well, it's like growing up, everybody's like, "Yeah, Toad's gay." Like nobody knew if he really was or not. You're talking about a cartoon character, and then the movie came out, and they didn't say if he was or wasn't. He didn't seem like he was, but I remember growing up, everybody was like, "Oh, Toad's gay," and I was like, "Oh, he's not."
Just because he's a little dude.
Yeah. But then I don't know if you saw the SNL short where the Pedro Pascal. Where they did the Mario Kart, and they have like all the stuff that they wanted to put in the movie, Trans Yoshi and all that stuff.
No, I did like in the Mario movie with the penguins in the beginning when they're getting ready to fight.
Oh, dude, my favorite was that little flame dude that was in the cage.
Yeah,
that had the little voice, the kid voice. And he's like, "Oh, this is your new home. You're gonna be here forever."
Yep.
That dude was awesome. I know you like the little, the Shy Guys, but...
Oh, dude, Shy Guys are the best, though.
They didn't have that much of a role, though.
No, but they were always the best in the games. I always just loved watching them, especially when you was like the Dark Land and everything. Like those guys are... Shy Guys are, I like Shy Guys.
They're like the ghost face of Mario World.
Exactly.
Speaking of ghost face, have you seen Scream 6?
No. I
haven't seen Scream 3.
Yeah, no. I don't even remember... I think I checked out after Scream 2. The newest one actually does look pretty good though.
5 or 6.
The newest
one before. Oh, the newest one, the New York one.
Sure.
Because that's the one that's out now that came out this year.
Yeah, that one didn't look too bad. It looked like it actually.
5 is the one that had Huey in it from The Boys.
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Quaid.
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Something Quaid.
I don't know, but I'm talking about the newest one.
Yeah.
that came out. Didn't look
That's
too
the
bad
one
in the
with
preview.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one didn't look too bad.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it. I told Tali, I was like, we got to watch it one night. But we just haven't gotten around to it. But we saw, like, we did see The Pope's Exorcist, which wasn't bad. It was actually a decent movie. You know, it's Gladiator, so he's got to get back in shape, man.
You know, there's one thing actually. Looking at these, you know, all these figurines down here in the basement.
Yes.
There's one movie that I can't believe that they never recreated.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be in the pipeline.
I don't know, man. Like
they said, well, there's rumors that there was a part 3 coming for the longest time. Because there was Gremlins 2, the new batch, and then they were gonna make a third one, but it never came out. That would be dude. That's an awesome movie. I actually just watched it about a month ago, the first one.
Yeah.
And
the new batch was weird.
It was, but that's where they got the spider one.
When they did like the newscast.
Yeah, and they had the psychologist guy.
Yes.
I think it was Keith David did the voice. I think.
Yeah.
It was so weird just listening. Like a smart gremlin. He's like, if you're listening.
And then they had the one provocative female one.
Oh, yeah. They were so goofy, man.
Oh, I know.
I like the first one where they had the carolers.
Yeah.
And then just like the theme song for Gremlins, that dun, 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 dun. And you know, it's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be scared or I'm supposed to laugh when I hear that song. It's so weird. But it's a good movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
And I was like, I was watching it, and it was like the one dude in the movie who was like the town drunk or whatever, or he was the one that like, oh yeah, when we were in the war, there was these little things in their tractor there. We called them gremlins. That's where the name came from.
Yeah,
they were like little made up things, and then these little creatures took the name. It's funny. We always we call Daisy. But she's like a little gremlin. She's Stripe.
Yeah, at least you got that breath under control.
Antibiotics, man. Yeah.
Still remember the first time I met that dog. It was like, I'm like, no, you need to go away.
Well, she still does that sometimes, but you know, it's not as bad. And we figured out as dogs can get gum disease pretty bad.
Yep. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite Revolution Brewing ones.
Number 2.
I do like the IPAs, but sometimes I feel like they can be a little too strong.
Yeah. No, I mean, this one's good because juicy. You can taste the hops. It's definitely like I want to go out in the backyard and drink beer.
Yeah. I prefer that over like those ones where it's just like a punch in the face.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? I don't want to say it tastes like it, but it reminds me of like a Natter Days. Little bit.
In the same like category, not taste though.
No, not taste, but
doesn't taste like that at all.
No, Natter Days is like a hangover beer.
Yeah, but it's an all day beer though, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll do that one time this summer.
Like Tecate Light.
Oh yeah, dude. That's just beer flavored water.
Remember the pregame?
Oh, dude.
What was it? 5 years ago?
5 years ago? Was it?
Had to be 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Was it the year before I got married?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the year before you got married.
I've had 2 birthdays. Yeah, so 3 years ago.
Yeah,
coming on 4.
Damn, it's been that long already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we pounded a 24 case of Tecate and then went out to Tap House?
Yeah, we went to Tap House and then we went to Mojo's. And we had all those shots at Mojo's.
Yeah, we did.
And then we came back here and
had some beer in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
It was.
That was the first time I saw Phil in 12 years?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was about 12 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was definitely a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, dude. So, let's see. I'm going to drink a little bit more of this because this tastes pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty good. Dude, this beer surprised me. It's damn good.
Did you ever, actually you probably never been, have you ever been to the restaurant?
No.
Yeah, they have a restaurant up on the north side. It's actually pretty good. Actually, that's the address. 3340 North Kedzie in Chicago. It's a pretty cool place. It was always packed.
Yeah.
I used to go up there all the time. Actually, I think me and Phil went up there before when we used to always party up in Wicker Park and Lincoln Park and everything. Because you could never party, on the south side where we're from. We always had to go up on the north side.
Yeah.
Put your phone away. This is a no phone zone.
I know, but I'm in trouble.
Oh, whatever. Just don't show her this episode. You'll be all right.
No, I told her. Come on, man. Come on. But, I definitely do gotta try that out. I gotta go there. I mean, there's spots that I have yet to turn over, as they say. But, I mean, I've been to plenty. The thing is, I'm a creature of habit. I like going, like, if I like a spot,
trust
I'll go
me,
there.
I know you're a creature of habit because there's one place that you always want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only place you want to go to.
Well, it's
I told
close.
you. Yeah, it's close, but you got to broaden your horizons, dude. Like, I wish that the north side wasn't so far away because there's a lot of cool places up there.
Yeah.
That are just, like, fun to be around. Like, there's one, what is it called? Map Room. It's called, this place has, like, their beers on tap.
Mm-hmm.
They give you a menu because they have probably like 40 beers on tap. And then on top of it, they have bottles and cans and everything. But, yeah, that place is really cool. But it's all the way up on like off of Belmont in 1994. So it's like pretty far up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really cool place. But yeah, I had this one beer that they paid special to get it imported from Belgium.
Yeah.
And it was unpasteurized, so I had all the active like yeast and like bacteria and stuff in it.
Okay.
Oh, dude, it was so good. But it cost for one glass was $18 because you have to pay that import tax and make money off of it.
Of course. That's the thing that sucks, man. Taxes, import, export.
Don't get me started, dude.
Well, you would know.
Again, another thing way too early to get into.
Well, I mean, we don't have to dive into subjects. I'm just saying that stuff sucks.
Oh, I know. Oh.
Yeah.
Whew. I didn't realize how many figurines you really have in this room, dude.
Oh, there's way too many.
Wow. And you never opened up these Duff cans, right?
No, those were from the Dells. We went up there, we got them, and I was planning on drinking one, but then I was like, I'll keep them with my Simpsons Funkos.
Speaking of Funkos, you have the Dumb and Dumber ones right here.
Yeah, I had to get those. With the blue and orange tux.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weren't they supposed to make a Thundercats movie?
You gotta.
I'm just sorry.
I don't
I'm just
know.
looking at all these things over here, and I saw Thundercats.
Yeah. No, Thundercats. There was a old montage, or fan made where they did. Brad Pitt was Lion-O, Vin Diesel was Panthro. I forgot who was Tigra. And yeah, but it was fan made. They took footage from like certain movies, and it was really well put together.
Mm-hmm.
I know they remade the cartoon.
Yeah, there was one on Netflix.
Yeah, it wasn't that great though. It was not like the original one that is down there.
Dude, the original one had it was scary at times.
Mumra?
Yeah, dude, when Mumra would come into it, like you'd be like, "Well, this is actually pretty freaky."
Yeah.
Well,
he was a mummy, dude.
Yeah, but then you had with He-Man and Skeletor, like you laughed when he came on. He's like, He-Man.
Skeletor's a goofball, man.
I know, but that's like, you have a skeleton dude and then a mummy.
You have
You
a
think, like,
super jacked skeleton.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that Kevin Smith was the one who directs the new one.
Yeah, I saw that was it
And Mark
Revelations?
Hamill is the one who does the
Skeletor.
voice of Skeletor.
It was what do you call it? I'm drawing a blank, but it was good. And there was, I think there was 2 seasons, and the first season was awesome. The second one was I don't want to spoil it, but
I know he has another one coming out because he just talked about it on another podcast I was listening to the other day. Because I think it's like a whole new. It has a different name than the one that's out right now.
Well, the old one, the one that came out, was it like a year ago, was Revelations. That was really good, and it was like a 2-season thing.
Huh. Put your phone away.
I'm trying to, man. Trying to. She won't leave me alone.
I like how you said that. No phones, and you're the one with the phone.
I know, man, but
Can't even follow your own rules, bro.
I can't. I'm in trouble.
Sound like that friend of mine.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
Do you know him? Do you know my friend?
Your buddy?
Yeah, my buddy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's a whole thing with getting married. It's I'm not right ever.
Yeah, no, you never will be ever again.
No, that's the downside.
I was married. I'm not married, and I'm gonna be married again, and I haven't been right that whole time.
Not even in that little gap when you were solo.
Nope. Even when I was solo, I was still wrong, dude.
Yeah. We men just can't seem to get it right.
Barndominium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
That's like an illusion. It's a Zen paradise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It exists, but not in this reality.
Yeah.
It's in the multiverse.
You have to transcend.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get there one day.
One day.
Hey, dude, you know what, though? We started something that we talked about. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing that, like, when I brought this idea up to you, I started thinking about, just life in general and how, like, we always, people always talk about things that they want to do or things that they wish they could have done.
Right.
And then they look back at it, however many years later and like, man, I really wish I would have done that.
Well, yeah.
And that's why, no, but I'm just saying, like, in general. And that's why I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
We have the ability. We have the time. Let's do it. And if, whatever happens, happens.
True.
The only thing I want to do is to be able to sit here, do the things that we do already.
Yeah.
We talk about random stuff all the damn time anyway.
Yeah.
So why not put it down and, maybe connect with people on the other side of the world who have the same, there might be 2 dudes in, somewhere in Ireland who are doing the same exact thing that we do.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I wish we knew somebody that, did the same stupid shit that we do. And now we can connect with them.
Yeah. Like running at 2 a.m. into an empty pipeline hole.
Yeah. Well, when you're 16 years old, that's what you do. Okay.
It comes with the territory.
After, you have to leave a party because it's time to go home. And you have to cross a field to get back to the house and not get caught by the cops because it's curfew. Yeah. And you're drunk as shit. You do what you got to do.
It was almost like it was planned for that hole to be there.
Yes.
It was like we dove into
because as soon as we fell, that cop turned around.
Yeah.
And we didn't get caught.
Yeah.
And then we got back to the house and we were perfectly fine.
Yeah. That was a crazy.
Dude, that was, what? That was such a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like most of the people who were involved in that period of time with us.
Right.
But
that was a good night.
But it was a good time,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will never say any of those people's names.
No.
But, it was a good time. Well, the guy group that was involved, I like most of the guys still.
Well, most of the guys that stayed the night and when we came back the next day, they were good dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girls, Can't really say too much.
Yeah, no. I would prefer not to say anything about that at all.
Different times, man.
Oh, I know.
Times.
I know.
No, you grow. You have different experiences with different people, and you're like, there is a bigger world out there.
Yes. Yeah. When you expand from that, like 3 mile radius that we had, you expand away from it and you see the world and you're like, oh, man, there's a lot better out there than what I thought.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember the first time going up to the north side. I lost my mind, man. I was like a kid in a candy store.
I remember one time we went up there. It was at night. For some reason, we decided to go at night, not knowing that there was no trains back. So we spent the whole night downtown walking around the streets. This was back in the 90s.
Yep.
And it was me and 2 guys, and we were just like, crap, we missed the last train at midnight. Because it was like, we're going up there at like 10. We're going to be there for like an hour and come back. And we missed the train. And we're like, is there any more trains? And they're like, nope. We're like, crap. We were stuck downtown till like 5 in the morning.
So what'd you do? You took the orange line up there?
I don't even remember.
From Midway?
Might have been.
Well, if you were coming from our neighborhood, that'd be the easiest way to go.
Yeah.
Because that takes you to, you have to go to Roosevelt. No, you could go around with the orange line, yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know. That's probably the only time I've ever rode the subway. That and one time when I came...
Well, if you did the subway, you were on the red line.
Well, not the subway. I mean the metro or whatever.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, yeah. The one time was with, I came to visit one time with, when I stayed at Phil's. We were, downtown. We moved around in the train.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper than cabs.
Yeah, that's true. Well, see, he also had me to drive him around, too. So
Not during that time.
No, not during that time.
Yeah.
Well, I still remember that one time you came back to visit when the four of us went out. Well, we went out for a little bit, and then we went and played poker for a while.
Yeah.
And that got weird.
Yeah.
That was really weird, actually. But it was all right.
Yeah. Poker's fun.
No, yeah, poker was fun, but it was just...
the ensemble.
Yeah, the ensemble that was going on was a little odd.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like... Didn't Jose live upstairs?
No. So, Bubba, his family lived in they had those duplex.
Yeah.
Right? And they lived in the upstairs part, and I think eventually they actually bought out the people that lived downstairs or whatever, and they actually took over the whole building.
Oh.
Jose lived on the block over.
Oh, okay.
And, I remember a story with him that's cryptic, dude. It was during I think it was the 96 Bulls final.
Okay.
And this is dark. So.
No, he's not around anymore.
And your dad's involved in that story.
He's not around anymore, so it's okay.
So we were, it was the Bulls, whatever. We were like 13, I think. No, we were like 11, 12. 96.
96, we were 12.
Yeah. I was 11.
Shut up. It depends on the time of year. If it was the NBA Finals, then yeah, you were 11.
Anyway.
Me and Jose were 12.
So Jose had this neighbor that lived on the... They had a duplex, too. They lived on the upper or lower building, I don't remember. That we hung out with them, too. And their grandma lived with them or next door or some shit like that. And the grandma hadn't heard of from her son, which was the other kid's uncle. She hadn't heard from him in like 3 days. This was after the Bulls final.
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, I'm worried. And the dude lived across the street in those 4 apartment buildings. Mm-hmm. So she's like, he lives here. Can you guys go there? And we're like, well, it's locked. She's like, break in. You guys are good. Like, I'll take care of any damages. I'll let them know. Like, I told you. We're like, okay. So me and Jose are like, let's do it. So we went over and we crawled in through the back window. The dude, like, as soon as we popped in, the dude was dead on the floor.
Yep.
His ulcer had ruptured from probably partying too hard or something.
Yeah.
And so we were like freaked out. That was the first dead body I ever seen. And it wasn't in the canal. It was in his apartment. So we get out. We tell, the grandma, we're like, hey, yeah, he's not too good. So So then
he can't come to the door right now.
Yeah, so it's all blurry because it was so long ago. But I remember your dad ended up coming. He was on the job, and he came over and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know what you just saw, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want to talk about it?" And I was like, I mean, I could tell you what happened, but other than, like, I don't know if he thought I was gonna like need counseling or something because this is pretty traumatic.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
So.
No, like looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
It didn't. For some reason, it didn't faze me. Like I was just like, oh, it happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, probably because that person didn't really mean anything to you.
Mm.
You know, like I've seen plenty of them, and like they don't bother me at all. But like when I see, people that I care about, it affects me differently.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Yeah. I mean, I've seen my dad passed away. We had open casket. I saw him. I was like, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's way different. My grandma, same thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it could be that. It's like when it hits close to home, it's different.
Yeah, because you have that connection with that person. When you have one where it's like, I don't know that dude. Like this lady just wanted me to go check on him. You're like, oh, well, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not alive no more. Sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how I always, looked at it, and that's how I dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, I don't even want to say how many I've seen, but I've seen plenty.
No, and I believe it, dude, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for you, it sucks. It's part of the job, but.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten over it, like the first one was kind of weird because you're like, whoa. And then I have to like, talk to the families and, do reports and stuff on it. But then after a while it just became, I don't want to say routine, but you kind of learn how to block it out, and then you call, if something really bothers you, like I always had people like that I could call even in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And just talk to them about it and just kind of get it off of my chest. And then, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it never really affected me to the point where, like, I couldn't function or, like, it bothered me so much where, like, I needed time off or anything like that.
Yeah.
People will say, like, well, Colleen, people would say that there was times where I was, like, I would say calloused or cold-hearted. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. It's just that's what you need to do to be able to carry on the job. Like, you need to be able to not say necessarily brush it off, but like you have to be able to like not let it affect you, and you got to keep going because as soon as you have that affect you, it can make or break you.
It's like when they say you can't take your job home with you because then you know.
Oh yeah, I never took the job home with me.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I remember when I used to work at the quarry, they would tell me, because I worked as a salaried employee and then I moved into a union job, and they were like, I was going for another union job, and they were like, well, do you want this or would you rather kind of like move up within the company and climb up the ladder, as they say.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. They were like, well, why not? And I was like, well, I see all the company men go home and take their job home stressed. They come back the next day.
Oh yeah.
Still stressed. And I'm like, the union man, just like, my shift's over.
You do your 8 and you hit the gate, man.
Yep. 8 and skate.
Yep.
9 and ride.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So, yeah, I was like, no, I would definitely not. I was like, I'm here to function on basically autopilot, do what I have to do, and then I'm out.
Oh yeah, I would always tell people that I like when I would see that they would always be working overtime or always doing this, that, and the other. I'd be like, man, do you live to work or do you work to live? Yeah. And they look at me funny. I'm like, dude, you work to live.
Yeah. You
don't live to work. Because I'm like, you're gonna look back at it, 5-10 years from now, and be like, dude, what was I doing?
True.
And I'm learning that now. I mean, I was like 10 years too late. But I was the one who didn't listen to my advice at first, and I started actually listening to it.
Well, it's like if you, it's one of those, if you could put your mind into your younger self, knowing everything that you know.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Would you do anything different? Hell yes, I would.
Oh, yeah. You take me back to,
Pre-Bitcoin.
Yeah, but 17 years old. Implant this brain into 17-year-old me. Oh yeah,
A lot of damage.
This path would be so different.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like Talia always tells me, she's like, "I wish we could go back in time, but to this time, because that's when I met you and all this." And I was like, "Sure, yeah, me too." I was like, I'd go back and like make myself so I wouldn't struggle through, my later years.
Yep.
Like there's definitely things I would change, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, but you know what though? The end result that we have right now, like I'm pretty good with, dude. Like the boys, I couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't want to change anything that would result in them not existing.
Yeah.
So like on that regard, I couldn't say I'd go back and change that because I wouldn't.
True.
Maybe I would change certain circumstances, but in the end, I would,
There's talking about the boys, there's a movie that's like that about a guy who could go back in time, and I'm not talking about the butterfly effect.
That's a whole different. The butterfly effect was way,
But it was kind of like that power where the dude could go back, and it was like a family gift. His dad could do it too.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't change anything. They would just go back and relive the moment the same way.
Yeah.
And they might change a few things here or there. And so the whole thing is with this guy. It was Rachel McAdams is in that movie, and the dude from he was in the new Star Wars movies. He was that redheaded general dude that was in charge of the Death Planet thing. He's a younger guy.
I don't know.
Well, he's the guy, and like it gets to a point where he finally gets his life on the path that he wanted it, and he could always go back and just replay it the exact same way to get where he wanted. And it gets to a point where he's about to have kids, and then he has a kid, and goes back to talk to his dad because his dad passed away throughout that time. So he goes back so he could talk to his dad and kind of relive his life again. And then he goes to, he lives out, and it's like he doesn't have that kid anymore. It's like if it was a boy, now it's a girl.
Huh.
So then his dad explains to him, he's like, because he tells him, he's like, "Dad, this happened." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, he grew to be in love with that kid because it was his kid.
Yeah.
He's like, if you keep doing that every time, it's gonna be a different kid.
Yeah.
So he's like, this time, he's like, our time is over, man. Like you can't come back this far. Like you can't go before the pregnancy, before you planted the seed, because it'll change.
It'll change, yeah.
Yeah. And it was like it was a bittersweet ending to that movie, because it was like, yeah, we all have to go through that. Like I wish I could go back and talk to my old man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was like a rom-com movie.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, so.
Yeah. I just rambled on.
That's all right. Oh, jeez, what is this?
Yeah. We are an hour and 3 minutes.
Wait, what? We need to double check that. Okay. Did you send me that Zelle twice?
No.
Because it just said that it sent 2 minutes ago.
You probably got the message late.
No, I already got it earlier.
I don't know. Maybe it's telling you again.
Unless you sent it to me twice.
No, I sent it once.
Oh, it was delayed. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why. I just said that right now. It says, deposit is delayed. We'll try to deposit again. And then it says, no, it's ready now.
We're getting close to that time, man. That yum time.
Chinese food?
No.
Oh, yum sauce.
Yum sauce.
Best stuff it's actually Japanese hibachi food. So they have the yum sauce on there.
Yeah. I didn't know, like, we went to the hibachi place, Wu's house, and the dude had this huge thing on the plate. It was like doughy. And we're like, what? Because he threw it on everything. We're like, what is that? He's like, oh, it's garlic butter. Because he threw it on everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like the veggies, the meat, the lobster.
Yeah. Hibachi stuff is good.
Oh, yeah. It was a good show, too. And then the dude was it was funny. He had like a Michael Jackson thing going on. Because he was like, well, we had this nobody at the table. It was nobody's birthday. So he's like, nobody's birthday, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we pretend it's my birthday if you want to do the show? He's like, all right. So he's doing the thing, and he's like squirting sake in my mouth from like a ketchup bottle.
Oh yeah, dude, they do that at the one on Weber Road. They do that all the time.
Yeah, but it was funny because it was like a mix between that like toasty dude from Mortal Kombat and Michael Jackson, because he was like, hey, birthday boy, and he did it every time, and I was just laughing so hard because I was like, I'm with the tee.
You gotta do a sake bomb too.
Oh yeah.
You have to bang on the table so the chopsticks move.
Yeah. Sometimes I could eat with chopsticks. Sometimes I can't. Like I can't do the rice with chopsticks. I need a fork.
Oh yeah, or that spoon.
Yeah.
That's why I only use the chopsticks for like sushi.
Yeah, I do too. And then sometimes
just use my hands.
Yeah.
I just forget it.
I'll fork.
No, I just use my hands, dude. Finger food.
Yeah. So good.
Yep.
I was remembering the time Talia thought the wasabi was guac. That's a good story.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, she her meal was ruined because.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's brutal there.
It is. I was like, well, that's a cleanse.
I mean, I'd also be like, wait, why did you think they put like a little dab of guac just sitting there
on Asian food on top of everything?
This is a Asian Mexican fusion.
Yeah.
We put a tiny drop of guac.
Yeah. I didn't know. I recently learned this, that the ginger they put on the side is to clear your palate.
Yeah.
So you could get a different. And I'm always eating that I'm like, oh, I'll throw a little bit on this sushi, and I was like, oh, now I have to eat it after so I can clear my palate.
You guys should go to the place in downtown Plainfield.
We did Mora.
Yeah, Mora. Yeah, I like Mora.
It was good. It's a little bit pricier than Sushi Train, but it's like not crazy.
No, the portions are smaller too, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. No, it was definitely good. We went there. I want to say maybe a month ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a month ago today, actually, probably. We went there. It was pretty good. And they have she saw one of the other customers got like a cone roll thing.
Okay.
It was like they put the ingredients inside like the algae, and it was like a cone. And she's like, "Oh, that looks cool. I want to try that." And I'm like, "Just order it." She ordered it and she tried it and she's like, nah, it's okay. And I was like, you're not going to eat it. Give it here. And it was just like, I'm like, it's just like an unfinished roll. That's all it is.
No, they have some good stuff there. I went there with a couple people a few times.
Yeah. I like it. It was good. Recently I started liking like different foods. Like, like trying different foods. Restaurants, what have you. Like Station 1. I tried today. I had never had fried Brussels, and they had like a honey taste to them too.
You've never had fried Brussels sprouts?
Not fried, no.
Oh man, dude! All you gotta do is just put them in a pan with some bacon fat and some bacon, and just fry them up that way.
They were so good.
Yeah, I know they're good for you too.
Yeah, it's haunting how good they were.
Well, I had to tell you, once you started to learn what brisket was that last week?
I've had brisket before. I just didn't know it was beef. I thought it was pork. I've had brisket before.
I know, but it was funny when you two were like, "That's pork, right?" Like, no.
Well, excuse me.
I'm like, it's like barbacoa, but not.
Yeah. No, I had the brisket sandwich. With the fried Brussels, dude, and the portions are huge.
Yes, yeah, they are pretty big there.
Yeah, they had the sizes like small, medium, huge. I was like,
their elote is really good there too.
Yeah, I saw that they had that, and I was like, I'd rather go to the Michoacan for that.
Well, yeah, but it's it's a different rendition of it, but it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like their coleslaw there too, and their potato salad is pretty good.
Yeah,
the pickles are good there too.
I wanted to try their mac and cheese, but I was like, I can't order everything.
Yeah.
Like maybe next
it cost you like $150.
Yeah. But they had I had a porter beer that they had. I don't know. It was on tap, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it was like the cool. Well, they had stouts, but it was like canned Guinness.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll try something from the tap.
Yeah, I can't do porters, man.
They're not bad. They're pretty good.
Yeah, that stuff that's too heavy though. I feel like I just want to go to sleep afterwards.
Well, I had 2, and I was like, I could go for a third, but then I'm gonna get like groggy.
Yep.
Because I had just ate like a ton of food, so I was like, yeah.
Well, that's why if you're gonna have barbecue, you gotta go light. You can't go heavy on the beer.
I like strawberry beer, low carb.
Yeah, She-Wolf.
She-Wolf.
Yeah. You know how I like strawberries.
Yeah.
And the low carb, you want to lose a little bit of weight.
Monique. Dude, she was awesome in that movie.
That was one of the best movies that they. Well, that's like when we did the top 10 or whatever that we ranked their movies. That's still that's a 1-2.
Yeah, that and Super Troopers could like swap places. It could go either way.
Yeah, it just depends on how you feel that night. You know, like if you feel like you want to drink all night and just be stupid, Beer Fest is definitely number 1.
Mr. Sneedlewasher.
Yes, Spiedelspecker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Oh, dude, I remember when I first watched that movie. It was amazing. It
wasn't until like my 5th watch that I saw Steve Lemmy was like, "Come back, I miss you." The like.
Oh, for real? Dude, they're all. Yeah. They all play characters in that role. Like. Yeah, because
Jake Chandrashak is like
the blind guy. Yeah, and the other guy's grinding the meat with the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was. I would. All right, you know what? We were talking about that. That's their best movie.
Yeah. I still like that and Super Troopers are like they're on a tie for number 1 for me.
Yeah.
Because Super Troopers is like the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Well, yeah.
You boys like Mexico. Woo!
Well, the thing is that was their first like breakout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they had what was it called?
The one you said was
their first one where it was called like Puddle Jumper or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that movie was all right. But then like Super Troopers was amazing just because of it was. Mm-hmm. And then Beer Fest took it to another level. You know, and then like dude, like I got you on Slam and Salmon.
Slam and Salmon is a damn good movie.
Like that was like I love watching that one, but that's
Meat Drapes.
You know, Michael Clark Duncan is the one who makes that movie. They're supporters.
Yeah.
To that movie, he's the main character. I feel like, and they're all supporting roles.
Well, he's the one that carries the movie. Like they all play their part, obviously, because their scenes are funny too.
Oh
like, they have those lines like the is it a fishy fish?
True, but I feel like if he wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't be as funny.
True. No, yeah. If you put another actor in there, it'd have to be somebody like Mike Tyson.
I was just about to say it had to be Tyson to make it better.
Yeah. Nut, give me a drink.
Exactly. You know, could you imagine him talking about going Japanese albino hunting?
Oh my God, that would be awesome. The champ talking about.
If I didn't have allergies right now, I'd do that voice, but I can't.
I don't think you want to do that voice anyway, man.
No, but it would still be fun to do.
Yeah.
You know, just like when he's like, "Who's guy Meat Drapes?" Yeah. That's pronounced Madropides. How come it doesn't sound like that when I say it? Meat Drapes.
It's Greek.
Hey, guy. You want to get punched in the eye,
up your tie, guy. You gonna cry, guy? You hear what I just did? Just did a rhyme. Wicka, wicka. That's awesome. Oh, dude. And then, like, he punches somebody, flies into a wall, and he's like, and I wasn't even trying to hurt him.
Yep.
Or, when he's like, hey, numbnuts, you're going to be polishing my fist. And he says to the trophy, I'll catch you later. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Oh, such a good movie.
It is. It really is.
And see, you didn't know about it until I told you.
That's true.
Actually, I got a few people hooked on that movie by just telling them to watch it on YouTube.
Well, I didn't, like, when you were telling me about Quasi, because I thought you were talking about, because they were supposed to be remaking the Quasimodo Disney movie, you know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And when you were like, oh, yeah, they made Quasi. And I was like, yeah, no, I know. And you're like, no, it's the guys from Broken Lizard. I was like, no. And you're like, yes. And then I started seeing, like, the advertisement for it. That movie was okay. It had its moments. But it's probably not top 3
Yeah,
me.
I only got like 30 minutes into it,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel right. It felt way too forced.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like the jokes didn't land that well. I don't know, and I try to understand the humor that they were going for, but it's like doesn't really land.
Yeah.
You know. So, but it was a decent movie, not their best work, because Beer Fest. And
Well,
Super
but
Troopers.
yeah, when you have those two, I would say cult classics.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, they didn't make the money in theaters.
Right.
Actually, I don't even think did Beer Fest even like make it to a theater.
I don't know. I know I went to see Super Troopers in the theater, and I was underage too.
Yeah, I saw Super Troopers 2 in theaters. I remember doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Beer Fest made it to that. I think it was just like
Straight to DVD.
yeah.
Probably.
Cause I'm pretty sure Club Dread was the same way too.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that, like, I think I saw an ad for it on YouTube, and I went and bought it,
Yeah.
and I had to watch it that way.
I remember when they produced or were partially involved in producing the Dukes of Hazzard movie, the one with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
And they were in it. They were like the campus security, and they were trying to pull their Super Trooper lines, and it's like, it's funny because I know the Super Troopers movie, but
Now, see, that would have been funny if they were involved in other movies in those roles.
mm-hmm.
Like, I think that would have been funny. Like,
Yeah.
make a movie, but have that movie in it at the same time.
Kind of like a multiverse.
Yeah. But like a funny verse.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Kind of like I don't know if you saw when Chappelle was on SNL, and they did the Negan skit, and they brought all his characters back,
Ooh.
and he ended up killing Tyrone, the crackhead. That was awesome, dude. It was pretty funny. And they're all ripping on Negan.
Speaking of Tyrone, I like that one dude on YouTube. I'm Tyrone.
Oh, did you? I saw the one where they went after him. Like,
Yeah. There was a few where they would go after him like that.
Yeah. No, but he like went after like a group, and like this dude stood up. He was like, "What?" And they all went after him. I was like, Tyrone got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, there was a YouTuber that got killed doing
Really?
those like stupid pranks. Like they ran like saying like they were chasing somebody. So the one person would run around the corner and be like, "Oh my god, somebody's chasing me."
Mm-hmm.
And when that guy came around, there was somebody with a concealed carry that killed the dude.
Yeah. That's messed up.
Well, that's why you don't do that stuff. Okay.
Well, I mean that's the risk you take, when you do those.
Stupid things.
Yeah, pretty much.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
It was like when Kimbo Slice had those like street fights.
Dude,
like,
those were awesome though.
Yeah, those were like. I mean, I don't.
Because he would just be like, "Hey, like I'm gonna fight this guy because he
Yeah.
thinks he can beat my ass,"
Yeah.
and then they would like just fight in some random dude's backyard,
Yeah.
and then just be like, "All right, let's go," and
Yeah.
you just keep going.
You just had a bunch of dudes like throwing up money, like, "Oh, I got money." It was like if you saw Bloodsport, it was kind of like that.
Yes, it was.
It was crazy, dude. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Honey mustard, you cray cray. Did you ever see that Sausage Fest?
I saw parts of it. I had to turn it off.
That movie's pretty funny. There was a thing. There was a report out when like that movie, they thought it was like a kid movie because it's animated.
Yeah.
So they put the preview in like little kid movies, like I don't know, Paw Patrol, whatever. If it ever hit theaters,
Paw Patrol.
well, yeah, like if it ever hit theaters, like a Paw Patrol movie.
Yeah.
They put it in the previews, and parents were like horrified. They're like, "Oh my god, what kind?" And then like, dude, like theaters got like shut down because of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't confuse Sausage Fest with like being on a Paw Patrol commercial. That would just be awful.
Well, I mean, I just threw Paw Patrol out there.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying just to have that incorporated with kids. I just be like, oh no.
Well, because they thought it was a kids movie, like Lego Batman, whatever.
If you heard Sausage Fest,
Yeah,
I would be like, yeah, that's definitely not a kids movie.
right.
Or like, hey, this is Sausage Party. here, Sausage Fest, and then you have Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Like, put those two together.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah.
So we want to talk about to close out the show.
I don't know. What can we talk about?
Well, I mean, for our first episode of somewhat trying to get to know us, and then we ended up not talking about us at all.
No. This is kind of gonna be like an ongoing thing where we just ramble off.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
You know.
But still.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. Okay, well, yeah.
We can always talk about...
You were in trouble, now I'm in trouble, so it's okay.
Yeah. We could always talk about what happened last night. With the alerts.
No.
No.
That's not something that needs to be talked about.
No.
No, and I'm being like 100% honest on that. That's no.
Off the table.
Yes. Those kind of things are completely off the table.
Yeah.
Because that's a privacy issue, and that's things that, you know.
I was just talking about the known stuff. The alert stuff.
No, we don't need to talk about that. Because it's just, it's not relevant to us.
True. I mean.
No, it's really not. I don't work there anymore.
I'm not talking about that dude that happened down the street.
I know, but that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that stuff, you know?
Yeah. We can talk about how we're in trouble with our significant others.
Hey, you could start off with yours and I'll end with mine.
No.
So
I don't want to bring her into this. Not yet.
Oh, you already brought it in, dude.
I know.
So just throw it out there now.
Yeah, but those who know me know I get in trouble a lot.
Yeah, so do I. Not as much as you.
No.
Definitely not as much as you.
Sometimes you do, though.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
You get that. You're a narcissist talk.
Yeah, because all I want is effective communication.
Yeah.
It's all right. She ain't going to listen to this, so it's okay.
Communication's good.
Hey, your battery's running low.
Yeah, I saw that. So, I guess it's coming to that time where we do a shot. The beer is good. What are we doing for a shot, Kyle?
We're doing tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah. First episode, doing the best alcohol out there. Tequila. I can't say the brand because I don't want to say that brand. That brand sold for way too much money.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't see how much that guy sold that particular brand of tequila for?
No.
He sold it for almost $1 billion.
That's almost like that guy who sold that phone company for over $1 billion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, he sold that for almost $1 billion.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What would you do with that kind of money?
What could you? What couldn't you do? I mean, you could do whatever you want and still have money.
Yeah.
You know. Because I mean, I don't think you could ever really be able to spend it all.
I don't think in my lifetime I could go through $1 billion. I mean, I would have to get stupid, crazy spending money, and I don't even think I would because I'd be like, I have everything I need.
I think I could spend, like, take out houses and cars, like take out that part of it, like just actually just like buying stuff. I think I could only do like 200,000.
That's really low. I would put a cap.
No, because I would only want like specific things. Like I wouldn't just go buy something to buy it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? I really want this guitar, and I'd buy that one specifically.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a collection of
like
20 guitars.
Like I wouldn't want all those other ones. I just want the one that I've always wanted, and buy that one.
True.
You know, and then like, you know, I want my favorite brand of whatever, you know, t-shirts or pants or whatever. Like, I'll just buy 10 of those.
Yeah.
And there you go. You know.
Yeah.
Not like me. Like you can get crazy and buy like, you know,
you get the toys. That
a $12 million house. You know, but I'm not gonna count that kind of stuff because I wouldn't want a $12 million house.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know, a reasonable one for, you know, our area, which would be, like 400,000.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'd get the car that I want, which is my
X
dream.
amount.
My dream car costs $110,000.
Ooh, no, my dream car is a pretty penny.
Yeah.
It would be the Aston Martin Phantom.
Yeah. They're all right.
It looks nice, and you tell it goes.
Well, yeah, they're still made by hand.
I thought that was Rolls Royce.
No, Aston Martin too.
Oh.
Because they're made in England still.
Well, there you go. But
No.
yeah,
I want to get my Audi back.
Audi.
Yeah. That was such a fun car, dude.
No,
I missed that thing.
I think I rode in it once, maybe.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
All right, brother. Bust out the tequila. Let's do this.
Let me go get it.
Go get it. Tequila. Tequila.
Oh, dude, we don't have limes.
We do not have limes. No, come on. Don't be a sissy. We'll shoot it straight. We'll be better prepared for the future shows. Tequila, lime, salt, non-alcoholic tequila.
That is a thing.
Oh, I believe you.
The non-alcoholic alcohols are a thing. I was watching a video, or not a video. What was it? Instead of MasterChef,
Yeah.
it was like MasterChef, but with like bartenders.
Yeah.
And this one chick made a non-alcoholic, like gin and tonic or something like that. They made a non-alcoholic gin.
It's a non-alcoholic, low carb strawberry beer.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
Ooh.
Dude, that one.
Do the other one. That was close.
I know, trying to get the sound of it going in there.
I could hear the clink clink. You look like a chemist, dude.
Well, I'm trying to get the proportions right.
I'm trying to get the dose.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I think, well, one's just a little bit, well, I forgot what that was called when you would look at like a graduated cylinder and the half circle is where you would count.
The concave.
Yeah. But it had a different name than concave, though.
Yeah, well, it has the concave shape.
Yeah, but that's how you would that's how you determine the volume.
Where it's at.
Yeah.
It was like the dip or whatever.
Yeah. So that's what I was looking at right now to make sure I was right.
Look at you. Who paid attention in chemistry?
I hated science. That was that was the one class that I hated the most.
That was my weak spot in school. Math I was good at.
Math and social studies were my favorite. And history. I loved history class.
Mr. Rakowski, remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was awesome. I love that guy.
Miss Greenwald.
Yeah, Miss Greenwald. I don't think I had Miss Greenwald.
Miss Grabowski.
That's the one I didn't have. I did have Miss Greenwald.
Miss Grabowski was reading.
Yeah.
Miss Greenwald was history.
Yeah.
I think we had. Oh no, that was me and Phil that had her.
Yeah.
We had the same period together.
Yep. Well, here's to making history, bud.
Yep. Episode 1 in the books. Now it's time for a shot of tequila.
Episode uno. We can't say the brand, but
Well, we could, but I don't want to say it because how much money that one dude made from this. I don't even want to say it, even if one person listens to this show.
yeah. Well,
So, cheers, bro.
cheers, brother. Ooh.
It's not worth $1 billion.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoy. We enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep. Have a good one. In episodes to come, we'll be putting out our Facebook, YouTube, every other social, so you guys can follow us.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
Few beers and a shot.